Hello, and welcome back to my Pokemon TCG opening series here on YouTube. Today I am opening the second 9 booster packs in this BreakThrough booster box. I've already opened the first 9 on this side. I'm sure I'm going to link it in case you missed it. But here are the next 9. Finishing these booster packs will put us halfway through the box. I'm just going to go ahead and set this aside, just in the background there. Looks like half of these are backwards. Oh, they're almost entirely backwards. So we have quite a few to open again. 9 booster packs. I'm going to start with the Golden Break Zoroark pack. Starting off, we have a fairy type Ralts. Seen him in my previous opening. I'm just gonna give a brief overview of the ones that I've already opened and then go a little bit more in depth to the ones that I haven't seen so far. So if you want to see more detailed analysis of these cards, be sure to check out my part 1. So there's another Pansage. Oh, a Hippopotas. Haven't actually seen this one before in this series. He has 80 HP. He looks like he's a little angry, blowing some sand out of his nostrils. And he has an attack called Nose Jet for 30. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack does nothing. Interesting. I guess he's kind of the opponent was intimidated by all that sand coming out of his nose. We also have a little Piplup, very cute, a little Pochama. He's got 60 HP, and he's again in that kind of combination pastel anime style. He has an attack called Wave Splash for 30, and he is weak to Leaf type Pokemon. And there's another Doduo. It looks like he also is a delivery man. He's carrying some letters there, and I'm not quite sure what this is. I guess he's bursting through like a bush or something. I'm not quite sure. He has 60 HP and an attack called Simultaneous Peck for 30. Flip 2 coins. If either of them is tails, this attack does nothing. Wow. That's not exactly the best attack there. And then we have a Doduo Delivery, which says draw 2 cards. And we have a reverse hollow Hoot Hoot. So I do get a Hoot Hoot. He's got an interesting style there, kind of like colored pencil again. And there's a little tower in the back. Very cool style. He has an attack called Proclaim the Night. Your opponent can't play any item cards from his or her hand during your next turn. Well, this is kind of a useless card, even though it looks cool. I mean, item cards aren't that great, and it costs 2 energy just to power him up, and that's too bad. At least it looks cool. Wow, and we have a Hollow Raikou. Wow, I didn't know that there were going to be any legendary dogs in this this set. That's awesome. So this Raikou has 120 HP and looks very cool. It looks like he's at the power plant. And he has an ability called Shining Body. If this Pokemon has any electric energy attached to it, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20. That's cool. So if you powered up this attack with 3 electric energies, any damage done to this Raikou would be reduced by 60 damage. Are you kidding me? Wow. And there's no limit on that either. It looks like you could just keep going. He has an attack called Thunder Lance for 50 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each electric energy attached to this Pokemon. pretty cool. I always like his little star tail. You get to go back in the special pile. And we have a Fracture. Pretty cool. We already have 2 different type of Axew that I've gotten in this series. He has 80 HP, is a dragon type. He has Sharp Fang attack for 20. And for a fighting and steel type move, we have Dragon Slayer. That's weird. So he has 60 damage there, and then if your opponent's active Pokemon is a dragon Pokemon, it does 40 more damage. Wow. And then I do know that there are some dragon Pokemon that in addition are also weak to dragon Pokemon, so this would do 200 damage to them. That's pretty epic. Oops. And then we have an item card here called Heavy Boots. If the retreat cost of this card is attached to is 3 or more, that Pokemon gets 20 HP and can't be confused. Pretty cool. I don't tend to put too many item cards in my decks, but they're coming out with a lot more interesting ones now. And again, a Wobbuffet with his magical mirror barrier. So that was a pretty cool first pack. Got a Raikou. And next up, I will be opening this Houndoom pack. Pretty cool. I haven't actually seen any of him in this series so far. Wonder if I'll get any. And first up, we have a Flabébé again. I just don't really like Pokemon that can't attack, so that's too bad. Another cute little Fennekin. Haven't gotten any of his evolved forms yet, unfortunately. I would definitely like some, though. And a Starly. Another Pokemon that can't attack, which is too bad. Aw, and a little Swinub. It looks kind of like he's in a bunch of pillows. He's like taking a nap. Cute. Oh, and an Inkay. I have quite a lot of them from the most recent series that I've opened. I can't remember if it was Ancient Origins or Roaring Skies that had a lot of them. But I have quite a few now. He has 50 HP and an attack called Disorderly Flip for 10. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. It's interesting. He looks like he can kind of fly, which is kind of weird. Oh, and we have a Reverse Hollow Pinsir. I very much like this Pinsir card. It would be cool to put a lot of them in a deck. And here for the rare in the pack, we have a Bronzong. It is non-hollow rare, but it looks pretty cool. It has 110 HP. It is Steel type, unfortunately. I don't have very many Steel type energies, but it has an attack called Pain Amplifier. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. And then it has an attack called Knock Away for 70 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, it does 20 more damage. That's a pretty epic attack considering he's only a stage 1 Pokemon. I'll go ahead and put him in the back too. And we have another Seaking. This Seaking has a very classic animated style look to him. Whoa, what in the world is this? It's a stadium card and it's called Parallel City. It says, choose which way this card faces before you play it. Any damage done by attacks to this, and it's pointing this way, players' leaf, fire, or water Pokemon is reduced by 20. And then to flip it over here, choose which way this card faces again, and it says this, pointing this way, this player can't have more than 3 benched Pokemon. Ugh. When this card comes into play, this player discards to bench Pokemon until they have 3 on the bench. So I would assume if I was playing it, I'd like to play it like this, so that my Pokemon have damage for at least those 3 types reduced by 20, and they can only have 3 benched Pokemon. This is a pretty good stadium card. I haven't gotten a good stadium card in a while. I'll have to remember that when I make my next deck. And we have another Fracture. So that was an interesting second pack there. Still have 7 more to go in this part. And it looks like we've got a Mega Mewtwo to open. Come on, give me a Mega Mewtwo card. And we have another Axew eating his little berries there. Just cracks me up, brat snack. Oh, do you see that? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see right now? Okay, hold on. Gotta go through them in order. And we have a Woobat. Oops. Camera does not want to focus. My camera is too excited to get to the good card there. Not that these cards aren't good, but these guys tend to be a little bit better on average. Another Goldeen with a very pop art style. And there's some tiny little horsey in the back. I'm not sure if you can see. Kind of looks like, because this is got these things on the edge, that maybe somebody is in a little submarine or something, and Goldeen's coming up to say hello. As well as, I believe that's a Finneon. Well, 2 of them. And we have another little Teddiursa. And a Scatterbug, looking all autumnal, with String Shot and Tackle. And we have a reverse hollow Hippopotas. Very cool. Stick him in the back there. And then we have a Mega Glalie EX. Now, Glalie was already a pretty good card to begin with, so the fact that we have a Mega Glalie EX. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a Glalie EX, but I would assume he'd be in this set, though. So, this guy has 220 HP. That is ridiculous. So, his attack here is, Cryo-Mouth. Oh, Cryo-Mouth. That would make sense. And this Cryo-Mouth attack does 100 plus. If this Pokemon has 10 or more damage counters on it, this attack does... If this Pokemon has 10 or more damage counters on it, this attack does 150 more damage. Are you kidding? That's just so much. I mean... Wow, alright. This is a very epic card. And it is number 35 out of 162, and it is weak to metal or steel type. Wow. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick this back in the back there. And we have yet another heavy ball. Interestingly enough, this Mega Glalie EX actually does have the 3+ retreat cost. And another Swoobat. Not the best, not the worst. Ooh, a special energy. This is a burning energy. This card can only be attached to fire Pokemon. If this card is discarded by an attack of the fire Pokemon, as often, fire moves end up having you do, attach this card from your discard pile to that Pokemon after attacking. Dang, so that's pretty cool, especially if you have something like Ember or Flamethrower, where you have to keep discarding fire energy. Very cool. Well, so that was a great pack. And believe it or not, we still have quite a ways to go in this part. Another Mewtwo pack. Hopefully it'll give me something good as well. Another Magnemite that looks like it's about to become Magneton. Aw, the cutest Pikachu. Looks like he's about to run away though. A Noibat again. Sad little Cubone pouting because it doesn't have any parents. I shouldn't laugh at that. And then Sandshrew. Very cute. Ooh, reverse holo Raichu. I mean, I liked this Raichu card to begin with, but now the reverse holo combined with the dark background of the card definitely makes it look very cool. And this is a rare reverse holo, so that's pretty good as well. Whoa! And I have an Yveltal as my rare in this pack. It is holo as well. Cool, so now I have a holo Yveltal and a holo Xerneas from this series. That is too perfect. So it has 130 HP. Looks pretty epic there. It's like flying over a city, I believe. He's got like all his claws out. So this ability is called Fright Night. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, each Pokemon tool card in play has no effect. So that's kind of a positive or negative, depends on if you're going to use a whole bunch of tool cards. And then the attack it has is Pitch Black Spear for 60. This attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon EX, I guess, as well as the 60 there. So that's a good way to knock out some opponent's EX Pokemon if they're kind of hiding them on the bench to power them up. He is weak to electric type and resistant to fighting. I guess because he's kind of like a flying type, but also dark. He's a big evil bird. Gonna go ahead and stick him in the back there. Ooh, and we have a very cool stylized Haunter, haunting a castle there. He's got 70 HP, an attack, or an ability rather, called Gothic Fear. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may leave both active Pokemon confused. Okay, I don't really know why that matters, but we have an attack called Poison Ring. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. That Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. So I guess it's stuck with the poison, and you can't retreat to get rid of it. But it's unfortunate that you can't, like, actively damage a Pokemon with this Haunter. That's too bad. And he is weak to dark type and resistant to fighting. Ooh, we have a Glalie Spirit Link. That's very useful considering I just pulled that Mega Glalie EX. Your turn does not end if the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Glalie EX. Now I just need a regular Glalie EX. Ooh, and we have a Cacturne, and yes, he is dark type. 100 HP, and he has an attack called Derail for 30. Discard a special energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And Pin Missile, 40 times 3 coins, so you have the opportunity to do 120 damage rather. It's pretty cool. It looks like he's in the desert, but there are a lot of stars out. And a little town in the far off distance. He is weak to fighting type and resistant to psychic type. Cool. So I've been very much enjoying the cards that I've gotten from these packs. Wonder what I'll get this time. First up, I have a Misdrevious, which is really cool because I already have a Mismagius. Very nice. 60 HP, has an attack called Haunt. Put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. It's interesting that they would just say, put 2 damage counters rather than saying it does 20 damage. Kind of strange. and we've got something good coming up. Wow, can't wait. So we have a Hoot Hoot there. Again, doesn't do anything good, unfortunately. Another cute little Cyndaquil relaxing on some logs there. Another Spritzy. Another Remoraid. And we have a Marowak Break. That's cool. He's got a big, like, golden helmet. So now I just need some Marowak, I guess. So he has an attack called Bone Revenge. 20 plus. This attack does 40 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. That's pretty cool. Revenge. I guess because, you know, the whole Cubone's mom got attacked. So that's why Marowak has the skull there. So this is number 79 out of 162. This is my second break card of this booster box. And I really like how they're really shiny. He has 140 HP. And in case you didn't see my last opening, the Break Evolution rule says Marowak Break retains the attacks, abilities, weakness, resistance, and retreat costs of its previous evolution. I believe what you do for these is you just put them on top of the card like this so you can still see that stuff. Very cool. Put you back there. And the next card I have, is a Star Raptor, which evolves from Staravia, which evolves from Starly, but unfortunately the Starly card in this series is very useless. It has 140 HP and an attack called Cyclone Slash for 70. Before doing damage, have your opponent switch his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon. So that's pretty interesting. It might be a nice way to knock out a bunch that they were trying to power up. And then we have an attack called Brave Bird, just like in the game. 120 damage, and they do 20 damage to itself. So this is a pretty good card, and it is a rare, which is interesting. So I got a regular, I got a break card as well as a rare in this pack. And we have a Mewtwo Spirit Link. I already have one of these, but I guess maybe it's a premonition that I'm gonna get some Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo in this. And another Cacturn. 100 HP. Yep. Ooh, and a special energy. This is a Rainbow Energy. This card provides colorless energy. While in play, this card provides every type of energy, but only provides one energy at a time. And then when you attach this to one of your Pokemon, you have to put a damage counter on that Pokemon. So, I mean, not as cool as, say, the healing energy, but always nice to have more energy. Cool, so yep, yet again, another great pack. We have 4 more to go. Well, 4 plus 18, but yeah. Here's another Houndoom, or Mega Houndoom, I'm not quite sure. So let's open this up. Starting off, we have another Hippopotas, expelling a bunch of sand through his nostrils there. Another little Piplup, very cute. And a kind of useless Doduo. I mean, he looks so doofy though in all like these cards. Poor little flightless bird. At least he can run pretty quickly. I wonder if there's a Dodrio in this series. Another Remoraid. Cute little Grumpy Snubble in the clay style. Ooh, this is a reverse hollow pillow swine. Has 100 HP. Very cute little cartoon style. An attack called Pushdown for 30. Your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon. As well, it has an attack called Gathering Footsteps for 30. This attack does 10 more damage for each symbol in the retreat cost of your Swinub, Piloswine, and Mamoswine. Cool. So I guess if you have a whole bunch of them in your deck, this would do a lot more damage. Again, interesting that this Piloswine is fighting type rather than ice. Ooh, so I wonder if there's a Mamoswine in here. Oh, and awesome, there is a Dodrio. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll put that specific Doduo in my decks, but this Dodrio has 90 HP and it looks pretty vicious. Like, Doduo are just so like derpy and like and then we have Doduo getting all like super angry, epic, running really fast. So he has an ability here called Retreat Aid. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon retreat cost is 2 less. And he has a Fury attack. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 40 damage times the number of heads. Pretty good. It is a rare, so I'm going to stick it back here. Aw, it's a Sandslash. Very cute. I always wondered why Sandslash never got a Mega. Well, maybe it will. It's pretty cool. It always just seemed like a Pokemon that could have a third evolved form. So, here we have Slash for 20 and Swift for 80. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. So then we have, he's weak to grass type. Surprised he's not resistant to water type, but he's really cute. He's just sitting kind of looking at a flower under a tree. It looks like there are a few other Sandslash in the background there. I like when the cards include Pokemon that aren't like the main focus in the background of the card. It just kind of seems more like it's a complete world rather than, oh, here's just one Pokemon chillin'. And another Quilladin. He's a very flat style art. And a Professor's Letter. I have quite a few of these. It says search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand. Always good for getting a specific type of energy if you have more than one type in a deck. Next up, another Houndoom there. Oops. Haven't been having luck opening from that side. First up, we have a Snover. Pretty good for a basic Pokemon. It's got 80 HP to start off. Powder Snow, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. And then Double Smash. Flip 2 coins, his attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. And he has a very nice, like, colored pencil style art there. Pretty cute. He's in, like, a little park, I guess, in the middle of a city. And he is weak to Steel type. And we've got a little Froakie with a Frogadier in the background. I wonder if the Greninja has these guys in the card, because the Frogadier card did have a Froakie in the background, and it seemed to be the progression of the scene. Oh, this is a very cute little Zorua. I already got a different type of Zorua in the first opening video, but this one looks like it goes to some Pokemon contests. It's got a very cute little bow. as well as a very anime or game style looking art there. This Zorua has 60 HP, I believe like the last one. It has an attack called Whiny Voice. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into his or her deck. It also has an attack called Dark Edge. Has 30 damage there. It says discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. It is weak to fighting type and resistant to psychic. And we have a cute little Chespin. This one is picking berries. And he has an attack called Nosh. Heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. And Seed Bomb for 30. There's like a little Pokemon breeder in the background, it looks like. I like how this Pokemon and the tree in the foreground are kind of outlined by white. I think that's an interesting technique to make him kind of come to the forefront compared to the background there. Oh, and 2 Chespin right in a row. This one is, I think, going for some raspberry. And he's got 60 HP as well. Sneaking above Snorlax, kind of sleeping in the background there. This Pokemon has an attack called Tree Climb. Search your deck for a Leaf Energy card, reveal it and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards, and he has an attack called Seed Bomb for 30, like the other Chespin. Ooh, and we have a reverse holo rare Raikou. Very cool. I like the shining body, as well as the Thunder Lance attack. Pretty strong. Second Raikou that we've gotten so far. And the other rare in this pack is a Chatot. 70 HP, kind of a lame rare, but he has an attack called Sing. Your opponent's Pokemon is now asleep. And Aerial Ace, 10, and then you flip a coin. If heads, it does 30 more damage. Ooh, and a very cool arted Magneton there. He's again in the kind of pastel style. They look pretty angry, but there's like a little rainbow like explosion or something in the background. This Magneton has 80 HP, an attack called Static Shock. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. It also has Electro Ball for 70, but you have to discard an energy attached to this Pokemon to use it, which is too bad. Ooh, and then we have an Ursaring, kind of in a 3D art style. It's got 130 HP and an attack called Drag Off. That's kind of ominous. Switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. This attack does 50 damage to the new active Pokemon. For 4 energies, we also have an attack called Swing Around. Does 80 damage, and then flip 2 coins. It does 40 more damage for each heads. Aw, how did that cute little baby Teddy Ursa become such a mean Ursaring? Ooh, and we also have a Stunfisk. Haven't gotten that one before. 110 HP as a basic Pokemon? Say what? And this is only an uncommon card? He's got Revenge, 20 damage for 2 energy cards. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during his or her last turn, this attack does 80 more damage. That's pretty epic. And then Thunder Blast for 80. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. This is a very strong card. He looks kind of doofy though. I mean, he looks kind of like a flounder because he's got eyes on the side of his head. And also, I wonder if he's got like an exclamation point there because he's like, "Ah, I'm stunned, ah." But he's kind of sunning himself on a little chopped off log there, like a little stump in water. I always like when they make like fish Pokemon electric. There are quite a few of them, like Chinchou and stuff. And Electrike or no, not Electric, I'm sorry. The little fish. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna stick these aside. We've got 2 more to go. Dynamo, that was the Pokemon. It was taking me a second, but I remembered it. That was the, he's the little one with like an electric symbol on him. Little fish. Starting off, we have another Swinub chilling in his pillows. An Inkay floating about. Cute little Pancham kind of singing a song as he walks along. Panseer getting all Dragon Ball Z on somebody. Little Vanillite hopping along. And then we have a reverse hollow special energy. This is a rainbow energy. Unfortunately, it's still not the best special energy I've ever gotten, but it does look very cool. Perfect. We have a Marowak. It is a rare, non-hollow rare. And this Marowak has 100 HP, and now I will be able to use my Marowak Break card. So his first attack here is called Sharp Shooting. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistant for bench Pokemon. And Bone Windmill for 60. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Cool. And another very strong Stunfisk. Definitely will be adding you into a electric Pokemon deck. I don't know if you saw my most recent Pokemon like how to play the TCG series video. I'll go ahead and link it right here. But I ended up modifying this deck right here from Roaring Skies. It's the Storm Rider. It was Leaf Dragon and Electric. Now that I have 2 of these, I wish I could have put them in the in that Storm Rider deck. I probably will go back and add these in, and probably actually the Raichu as well. And we have a Pokemon Trainer Supporter, Bridget. Search your deck for 1 basic Pokemon EX or 3 basic Pokemon except for Pokemon EX. Put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterward. So that could be pretty useful. She's got all her computers in the background there. Ooh, Giovanni. You came out of nowhere. So this is a Giovanni's Scheme from Team Rocket. It looks like... Is that supposed to symbolize, like, Kyogre and Groudon there? It says, choose 1. Draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand, or during this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's kind of like a super plus power. That's pretty cool. Though, I kind of like his Japanese name better, Sakaki. When they named him, they were trying to go for like a mobster name, because he's like... You know, he's got kind of a gang. But, I don't know, Giovanni doesn't really suit him to me. I kind of always think of him as a Sakaki. And we have the last pack now in this, in this section. Once we finish this, we will be halfway through the booster box. So we've got another Fennekin, but unfortunately I haven't gotten any of the evolved forms yet. I really would like a Breakthrough. And we've got a Zorua. I'm not sure if I've actually... Yes, Moonless Madness. I have gotten this Zorua before. It might have had a different art now, come to think of it, but... Yep. Another Flabébé with no damage. Vanillite. Oh, this is the other Zorua. So cute. And we have a reverse hollow Chespin, the one that is noshing on some berries there. Pretty cute. And we have another Vanillux. Unfortunately, this one is not hollow, but it is very strong. So this combined with all the other, you know, the Vanillish and Vanillite that I've been getting, even though I really don't like the design, I might end up using it in a deck. And Haunter, again, unfortunately doesn't do direct damage. Ooh, a Granbull. He's not clay style like the Snubbull was, but he is peddling quite a few berries there, like a pineapple and stuff. So there's a little Stunfisk money holder, and we've got a whole bunch of different berries and a girl who's selling them. Very cute. So this Granbull has an attack called Startling Bark, and it is fairy type. Flip a coin. If heads, choose 3 random cards from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals those and shuffles them back into the deck. That could definitely mess up some plans. We also have an attack called Tantrum for 120, but Granbull does become confused after that, which is unfortunate. He has 120 HP, that's pretty good. He is weak to Steel type and resistant to Dark type. And we have yet another Parallel City. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately you can't double up on stadium cards. You can only have one in play at a time. It would be cool if you could double the effects of this, but yep. So that was the first half of this booster box opening. I am very pleased with all the cards I've gotten so far. I'll go ahead and do a quick review of these guys, and then I think after I open the entire booster box, I'll go back and review all the rares and holographic ones that I've gotten. Do like a little review video of what I got in my booster box. But until the next, the third part, I'm just going to go ahead and make some traditional ASMR noises to fade out the video as usual. Of course, reviewing quickly what I got in the rares and reverse hollows and stuff. So thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you in part 3. Bye!